Hi there, welcome back to IT Genius Cyber once again in another tutorial. Last time we looked at a C programming lesson, and that was about comparison operators, and we went ahead to look through if statements, if else statements as well, but we didn't accomplish to do with switch statements, and I promised in the next video, which is this one, that we are going to go through switch statements actually. So that's actually what we are going to look through today. But I remember last time we were dealing, let me first hide this. I remember last time we were looking at if statements, and I think we were on a different platform and we're using a Boland. I remember providing such software in that description of that very video that I did last time, and it's on our website. But right now it's not what we are actually going to use currently. We're going to use VS Code, and there is something different about VS Code. Right, today I'm actually using a Mac, so that's actually what we are going to be using for the rest of the coding lessons. But last time I remember we were using Windows and using Boland, C++. But there is a difference in how we should actually set up VS Code for maybe programming using C and maybe another language, Python or Dart, or no matter what programming language you're actually dealing with at that particular moment. So today, let me try to show you how to go ahead with C within VS Code. So don't mind whether it's actually being executed on a Mac. No, that actually doesn't matter. So VS Code is on all platforms, whether it's Linux, whether it's Mac OS, or whether it's Windows platform. So what you need is a few things. We need an extension. So you go to your VS Code and you go to extension over here. Then you try to type code runner. So the first thing we need a code runner. It's what actually we're going to use to run our code. Then we also need a compiler, C compiler, which is this. I've seen people using this as well, but I prefer actually we go on with this. So you have to install this extension in your VS Code. Then you have to also install code runner. And the other thing that I really recommend for programming lessons or projects are something we call error lanes. This is really very nice because whenever you're really executing code, no matter which programming language you're dealing with, it gives you different lines of errors on different syntax that you really write. So if your syntax is really wrong according to the programming language you're dealing with, it will always correct you and it will always give you the exact syntax you really have to write for that code. So let us go ahead and go to our main point of switch statements. I have an example here of which I would like to explain it, but let me just close enter of these and I delete all. Try to save how much is empty. Let me try to make this bigger, just like that, so that you can see very well. So last time we tried to look at if statements, and I don't remember us dealing with a user input but we can try to do it as well here while we are doing with switch statements. So I remember last time when we are trying to start our code, we write with #include. Then we're using this dependency of studio.h. Then we shall call for our main function, just like that. And within our main function, we shall try to return 0. Just like that. So what you saw as errors, when I remove these, it gives me the expected to find a semicolon. So that's what error lens does, and gives you the exact syntax that you really have to write for that code line, or that baseline of the code. Yeah, so this is our main function, and we are going to initialize our variables. Say int, I like using x and y. Yeah, shall initialize x as an integer, y as an integer. Maybe for now, let's use those. And previously, when we are dealing with if statements, and before going to that, let me try to print if I say that this is let me say more about if and switch statements. Okay, so we have an error here that expected to find a semicolon, so we have to close this line just like that, so everything is well and perfect. Yeah, so let me try to as well add a new line and a new tab, sorry, when this is executed, and also this here I'll try to put a new line. Yeah, I guess that looks fancy. So let's try to run our code, and we having an error over here that okay, so for this sake, yeah, so for the code runner we shall try to use the int before the main. Yeah, let me try to clear this up. Okay, so when I rerun this, more about if and switch statements. Okay, we clear it up. All right, so for the previous about if statements, we didn't look at user inputs for the switch statements, but I want us to use the user input for switch statements and if statements as well. Yeah, so I remember last time when we were covering up with if statements, we tried to look at something like this. So if an expression, then we shall try to run that. So if this expression is true, then we shall try to execute whatever is within here, or else we put something else. Yeah. If I remember we looked at if x maybe is equal to 2, then here we shall print then here we shall print x equals to 2, or we shall say x equals to 2 in case I just need the very value of 2. Sorry, okay, x equals to 2. But how about if we are dealing with a user input for if statement? So in case we don't want to say exactly 2 is here, that means we shall call out the user input, and before we execute the if statement, so that means we shall try to make the user enter the value for x, right? So I'll say make another printf, and I'll say enter the value of x, and I'll close this line just like that. Yeah. So all errors are gone. Yeah. So since that I'm entering the value of x, so I'll say if enter the value of x, and I'll say I'll scan I'll scan if. I'll scan if and I'll put this, let's say %d, comma, and I'm going to say an x, right? And x, close, just like that. So if x equals to 4, if x equals to 4, if the value entered for x equals to 4, then I'll say x equals to 4, or whatever is entered, which is %t, and I'll call out for x over here, whatever value for x is entered, right? Yeah. So I'll save out this. Then I'll say, let me think of something else. Make this capital. Okay. All right. Let's try execute this and see. So more about if and switch statements. Enter the value of x. So it's actually giving me to enter the value of x over here. So this is congestion. I'll try to put a value and enter. And let me first clear this up. Yeah, I want to put a next line over here, a new line, and I want to put a new tab as well. So after executing the string for entering the value of x, I want a new line and a new tab. Yeah, that's how I want it to provide congestion, just like that. So I'll have enter the value of x, and I'll enter it down here. So if it's 4, say x equals to 4, x is 4, just like that, because it's what I had put over here. And I'll say correct, x equals to 4. Then here is where I will put the else, and I put, please print for me something else that okay, it's giving me what I can be suggested. Okay, incorrect, x equals to this. Incorrect x. Let me just leave it just like that. Yeah, incorrect x. In case x is not 4, then it will just give me the else value. Yeah, so when I try to run this, we are here down, don't mind about this. Incorrect, sorry, the value of x, if x is 3, gives me incorrect x, as you see over here down. Yeah, which is this. So I was just trying to go through the if statements and how we did with them. And last time we didn't use user input to store the value, because I remember last time we used to do x equals to 4, just over here. And we used to change the value over here, whether it's 10, then execute another if statement or something like that. Yeah. But today we're dealing with the user input here. So that's the same thing we're just going to do with the switch statements, and we are going to deal with user input, and you get to know more about how to use it. Yeah, so try to set that. And the other thing I really wanted to explain, I didn't cover up last time, is that you can use an if statement within an if statement within an if statement. Yeah, so in case you don't want to use an else if or something, even just before us going to that, if x equals to 4, just in this first line here for the if statement, under the correct value, I'll put out another if. Let's say it is equals to 4, right? And I'll say x equals to 4. Yeah. Let me just advance this to something else. I'll say, first remove this. And I'll say the password. I'll say password is say I'm putting 2000 as a password, and that is an integer value, right? So sorry, it has to be like that. Password equals to 2000, and then if let's say x equals to 4 right here, right? And I'll say within x, so I want to tell the user to input a password, right? So after executing x equals to whatever value of x is correct as 4, which is over here, down here I'll say please, I'll say printf, then I'll say welcome to our system. Come to our system and just get these, I'll copy it and put it here. I'll close this and I'll say please enter password. Please enter password. So after entering password, then I'll scan for the password entered. So I'll scan for the password entered. I'll say percentage T, and I want to store it into Y. Let me say, let me just, yeah, I want to store it into Y. I would have stored it into password as well, but again, I want to use different variables. So according to the way how you really want to lay it out. Yeah. So if I store it into Y, so it's actually giving me a hint. If Y equals to password, right? And that's correct. That's exactly what I really want. So I'll say if password equals to Y, right? Or Y equals to password, the reverse is true because I'm taking in the data type for Y is the same as the data type for password, right? It's an integer and has the correct data type. Then I'll execute something over here. So I'll say, we'll come back. It's giving me the option. Okay, I'll take it. I like the way how VS Code is really doing it, just giving me suggestions. It's like an AI actually. So I'll set this. So it said welcome back. Welcome back. Then I'll print something. Printf. Welcome back. Enjoy the view. Enjoy the view. So this first if takes in the whole of this bracket town. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. So if password, so I'm dealing with if password is equals to Y, sorry, then I'll say welcome back. Let me try to execute that and see. Oops, I'm having a warning. I think I deleted something. I'm not seeing, oh god, I'm not seeing this for the main function. I should have a closing over here. I should have a closing over here. So this comes up to here, then this one is responsible for the if. Yeah, that's why I was confused previously. So this closes up this, then for the if, within this if statement, it has this opening and closing. Yeah. So this else is meant for this. Actually, I had put it wrongly. Yeah. So let me try to correct this as again. I should put it over here. Yeah, over there. I guess I'm right. So this one closes up this for the main function. Then for the main, if this one comes up to here, yeah, then the else is incorrect x, in case this x is not equals to 4, right? But if x equals to 4 and that's the correct value, then we go ahead and execute this, and x is correct, blah blah blah, enter password, and then enter password, it comes up to this. Okay, Ctrl S. Let me try to run again. Let me try to clear up this. I don't know whether you're seeing so well, or I can actually just increase this bottom over here. Okay. Okay, I'm having some errors. We're having scanf %d equals to y. Yeah, I declare y, but yeah, we're missing out something here. We didn't store y correctly. So I was missing and there over there. Do you have something else to correct? Incorrect x. No, I guess that one is okay. Yeah, we are calling out for x, but we didn't initialize x, incorrect x. So I'll call out this. Yeah, incorrect x, it should take in the data type for x, which is over here. So if you don't declare it over here and yet you're calling out its value, it will result into an error. Okay, that's corrected as well. So let's clear this. Okay, so that's the system. We try to run again. So everything is working out perfectly and very, very fine. So enter the value of x. I'm going to enter in the true value for x, right? Because with this if statement, it enters x equals to 4. And if that's correct, then I'll go to this. Else, it will push me to incorrect x. And we saw that time back then. Unless if you want us to, again, test that, but it will be a waste of time. Yeah. So we're going to enter the value of x, and the value of x should be 4 for us to execute to the true value. So I'll enter 4, x equals to 4, so it won't stop the program. Welcome to our system. Enter password. Oh god, yeah, I didn't actually specify a new line for that. Why? Okay, our system, whenever I'm ending this, I guess I should put a new line and new tab. Yeah, to prevent congestion. And over here in a password, I'll put in new line, new tab. I'll save like that. And I guess over here, I'll also have a new line, new line, new tab. Okay. And over here, I'll have new line, new tab. Just like that. So I'll end the system just like that. Then I'll try to save and run again. Enter the value of x for correct value. Correct x is for welcome to our system in our password. So password should be the same as this. If it's not the same, then else it won't execute. But we didn't give it an else value in case the password is wrong, but we shall try to do that as well. But if the password is correct as 2000, then it will execute and say welcome back, enjoy the view, something like that. Yeah. So come back into the view. So this spacing is actually due to the new line, new tab that I'm actually putting everywhere. Yeah. So you can restrict yourself from using them in case you really don't want to use them. Yeah. Then here for the else value, in case the password is wrong, then we shall print your wrong password. Wrong password. So we're missing a semicolon. So we close just like that. And we have seen running back our system in case x equals to 4, the password in case I write password as that, wrong password, and that's correct. So that is actually going through what we did with the if statement time back, and this was using user input for scanf. Yeah, so that's the difference, or that's what we have actually added in today. But today we are actually going to look at we want to look at how to deal with switch statements specifically. So I'll erase all that. I don't need it anymore. Yeah. Okay. So we're actually going to use switch statements. So for a switch statement, what exactly do we need for a switch statement? What exactly we need is something simple. So we write something to do with switch. And just that I have these extensions in VS Code, when I type the syntax, it gives me the full code for that syntax. So it tells me that I need an expression and I need a true value for that case function. I need a break and I need a default value. What I mean is this. If I type switch, I need an expression and I need the case, and I need a break. I need a default value in case it exists. You understand? So that's actually what we need, and we also try to give a break for the default value. So that's actually what we need for us for So I'll type again for C. We need an expression. Let's say we're having an example as let's say we're having days of a week, and I'm gonna say int day of a week. Say we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah, and starting from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's a weekend. Sometimes people really term Friday as a weekend, but we shall actually restrict Saturday and Sunday as a weekend. Yeah, we shall take that as a weekend. Okay, so so I'll say int day and taking in an integer value, and for the switch statement we are switching the value for day because they are going to be changing over time. So we are switching day that we are going to input. Let's say if day is already having a list of values 1, 2, 3, 4, and one is for Monday, Tuesday for the respective 2, and Wednesday for the respective 3, something like that. So it's an integer that we want to switch. Then we come to the case value. This is where we're going to put the true value for that expression, right? So if day equals to case 1, I mean the first day is 1, or the correct value for day is 1, then here is where we put our code blocks over here. Yeah. Then after putting our code blocks, we really have to call out for break to say that case ends over here. Otherwise, if you don't put break and you're calling out for another case value, you will have actually complications with code. So, and here I'll try to put okay, let me say the true value if it's 1, that is if the correct value is 1 ended, right? So I'll say printf, then I'll say day, so today is Monday. So today is Monday. I'll put a new line after that. Today is Monday, and I'll close just like that. So this clarifies that we are actually switching the value for day. So whatever value that we are going to get for day, it is switched under the case value. Yeah. So whatever integer we put in for day, it should be this exact true value for 1. So if the true value for the case value 1 is correct and is valid, then the system shall print as today is Monday. Otherwise, if it's not, then we can still go ahead and call for another case, maybe 2, and I'll say, please, this is Tuesday. Why am I copying all that? Let me just erase that. Copy up this to stop repetition of my work. Then I'll say, oops. Then I'll say today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. So if it's case 3, then I'll say oh, oops, I'm just messing up. Yeah. If it's case 3, it will be Wednesday. If it's case 4, today is Thursday, just like that. But remember, I told you that whenever you're running a case value, you have to break whenever you're done executing. So I'll put here break, and after here executing this, I'll say that please, this case ends over here, just like you close the if statement for a true value. Then here I'll also call for break, and I'll save up just like that. Okay, I'll put them over there. Yeah. So the indenting doesn't matter actually, because I wanted them to be uniform. Yeah. So I'm switching the day integer value, and in case the user gives me a 1, then this shall be printed. Otherwise, we shall break off from that. Then if case 2 is valid, then it is Tuesday, likewise for case 3, and likewise for case 4. Otherwise, for the default value, it means that if all these conditions aren't met true, then we shall actually give out the default value that all today is Friday. It's giving me this. But before we go to that, I guess let me finish up to Friday for case 5. Case 5, and I'll say print if today is Friday. Then I'll put a new line over there. So if all these are not meant, then here it will automatically give me today is maybe something else. I'll say print if, then I'll say it's a weekend. Let me say it's a weekend. It's a weekend. Enjoy the vibe. So something like that. Okay. Alright, so let us try to execute and run. Yep, we'll try to run this. So if there is 1, actually we're not giving the initial integer full day. Let's say if day equals to 1. When I run this, it says today is Monday over here. That's what it's giving us. Let me just try to make this a little bit different. just try to extract a heading for that. And here I'll come and clear up. I'll run. Oops. Oh, I'm having a new tab. I don't want to put a new tab over here. Clear up. Not run. Okay, so today is Monday. Okay, because the value for day is initially 1. So if I put the value of day equals 2 and I try to run again, let me clear this and run, give me that today is Tuesday over here, and we are very correct. Clear up. So in case it's actually going to be for the user input, then we don't need to specify the variable for day. So before we switch, we need to make the user enter the value for day. So I'll say printf printf. Now close this before it gives me an error. And also give this to a new line, and I'll say printf, please. Let's say what is the day today. Then I'll say answer with a value. Answer with a value. So we're expected to put in an integer from from 1 to 5. Yeah. So the user enters it, and we try to scan if over here, and I'll say whatever value entered for day. So sorry, %t. Then I'll save it under day, just like that, and I'll close just like that. So I'm telling the user what is the day today, answer with a value, and after entering the value, then I'm going to scan the entered value, right, which is day. And after saving it, I'm going to have to switch date for a case 1, case 2, whatever it is. Yeah, okay, so let's try to run that and execute. Boop. What is the day today? So enter 3. Oh, sorry, I have to put a cursor down here. 3. Today is Wednesday, and that's very, very, very much correct. Okay, and if I try to run the system again, if it is 5, it gives me Friday. Did I do that? Right? Friday, today is Friday. It's how we can enjoy the vibe. Why give me that? That shouldn't be correct. Yeah, okay, we have a mistake we did. You know why it's giving us today is Friday, and that is valid, and it's going on to execute another syntax for the default value. It's how we can enjoy the vibe. It's because we didn't close out the case number 5. Yeah, but if we did a break over here, there shouldn't be any errors. Yeah, since that we have corrected that, then I'll try to clear up this and try to save once more and run over here. I'll have what is the day today, and I'll put in 5 and run. Have today is Friday, and that's very much correct. Yeah, okay, just like that. So in case we want to execute this, that means if we put in any other value besides 1 2 3 4 5, it should give us the default value in case. Yeah, so I'll say sorry, I'll run fast. Then I'll have today is, let me say, 6th day. So it's a weekend, enjoy the vibe. So that is very, very much correct. So no matter what number you're going actually to put, whether it is 7 8 up to 100 or up to infinity, it will give you it's a weekend. That's what we have actually programmed it to. So unless if you want to trick or to treat the default value the way you really want and give it a specification in case you really want a range of entered values for let's say for day from maybe 6 to 100 or 6 to 10 or 6 to whatever value you really want, you can still restrict it. Yeah, but another thing I really wanted to highlight about is how to use switch cases for within switch cases. So switch statements within switch statements, like likewise the way how we saw for if statements. Yeah, we are dealing with an if statements within an if statement. Understand? So that's what actually we want to look at. I remember for if statements we looked at if else, if else, if else, or if else within if again, just like that. So it's the same way how we deal with a switch statement. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. So for the first true value for case number 1 there for Monday, in case 1 is mated or is actually met valid, then we shall execute the true values here. So let's say I want to treat Monday differently, right? So I'll give in another switch statement. I'll say, okay, today is Monday, but I want to restrict whatever is in Monday, right? So I say I'm going to switch something within Monday, and I'm going to call an integer over here. I'll say MD, that is Monday, right? Okay, another integer Monday. So I'll treat Monday and say we putting a switch statement, another one over here. Okay, we put an expression for MD, for the MD value entered. Then over here we shall put a constant expression. If MD equals let me say if MD equals to Monday equals to 12. Let's say equals to 12. I mean the day, the date, like 12, and that is a Monday, which is 12, right? If it's 12, then execute something. If it's not 12, then give in a default value or something else, right? Yeah, that's what we're trying to do over here. For the correct value, I'll say print F and new line. Close here. I'll say Monday true. It's 12th Monday. Truth, it's true, it's 12th Monday. Then if it's not 12 and something else, please print for me. They're suggesting for me it's false, it's not 12th Monday. Okay, yeah, we can go on with that again. So if case 12, then print this, otherwise print for me this. So this is just within case 1. So I'm putting a switch statement within case 1, and I'll give in my value for 12 for MD equals to 12, and I'll save over there in case it's 12. So then I'll run over here. I'll say what is that day today. So if I put in 1, I'll go to Monday. If I put in 2, I'll go to Tuesday. We have seen that, but I want now to deeply go into details of Monday. So I'll put 1, and I have today is Monday. True, it's 12 Monday. Understand? So that's the true value for Monday, and it will end the break from there. But in case we try to put in a different value, and I'll try to run back the code. I'll say the day today. Oh, okay. Yeah, It's giving me this because MD is still 12. Let's say MD is 10. Let's say MD is 10 and it's not 12 over here. Or maybe we can leave 12 over there and we put, if it's 10 over here, yet MD is initially 12. So we try to save over there and I'll try to clear it up and run again. I have Monday 1. I'll say today is Monday. For us, it's not 12th Monday. But to write a cleaner code for that, we shall come over here and remove this weird thing. Then for MD, before we switch for MD, today is Monday, then I'll say print F. Then I'll say enter the value for date. Yeah, the value for date, that is MD Monday date, for date Monday. Enter the value for date Monday, that is 12. Oh, sorry, we removed it. Let's say it's 12 or whatever it is. And if it's not, so let us replace back 12 over here. And we are scanning F for Monday date, and that is %D. We looked at that. And then we close over here and we try to store it and MD, just like that. So, oh, this is wrong. This is so wrong. I have to put a %D, yeah. So after the user entering the value for date Monday, then we have to scan for it, %D and Monday, just like that. Then we switch Monday, just like we did for day, yeah. And in case the value entered for the user is not int 12, then it will give us this, right? And if it's 12, it will give us this, yeah. Let's try to run and try to see execute. 1 for Monday. Please enter the value for Monday. I didn't put the user input there. Let me try to. So where here? I did put a new line. Try to run again. What is the day today? So the value, that is number 1. We're dealing with Monday so far. Enter the value for date Monday, and if it's 13, in case if it's not 12, it gives us false. It's not 12th Monday. Oh, okay. I'll say false. It's not that date Monday. %T. Then I'll call out for the entered MD, just like that, because I want to output for the user. False is not that entered value Monday. Yeah, just like that. That's how I want it clean. So I'll clear this up and run again over here. What is day today? That is number 1 Monday. Then enter value for Monday. That is 14th. So it gives me false. It's not 14th Monday. Yeah, so correct. And if it's correct, it will give me today's Monday. Enter the date Monday. I'll say 12th because our case is 12th. And if I hit enter, it'll give me true. It's 12th Monday. So that's how we can use switch statement within a switch statement. So it doesn't matter how many switches you're actually going to call out for different case value. Yeah, so you can do for the rest of the values for case number 2, case 3, case 4, case 5. Yeah, or otherwise still for this case 12, if it's 12th Monday, then execute something else. So under here, within the true value, then I'll call out for another switch statement instead. So, but that's not actually what we're going to do today. Yeah, you can do that in your own practices. So this is how we deal with switch statements, and we also looked at how to deal with if statements as well. So that is where we're going actually to stop today. Now the tutorial, actually we are going to be looking at while, do while statements, and for loop statements. So keep tuned. Thanks for watching.